David and I have worked for years and years and years and years and years with Composer's Voice. I think that's where he first started. Composer's Voice is a concert series. It's doing all new music, which the chamber music, doing longer pieces. Trying to think, David, was the first piece that cello that you incorporated dance?
Ooh, it might have been. No, I don't think so, because I think I had done something else there before, and that's how I knew to submit that piece. So okay. I don't remember what was the first one. It's back in the dawn of time, Rob. It really is.
But yeah, I think you have submitted a piece for almost every single program that we have done.
I don't know if it's every single one, because you did a lot of them, but it was a lot. It was many.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, where you are, who you are?
Okay, I live in New York City, although I'm not there now, as you can probably see behind me. Andy and I went to school together. I have been a composer of a lot of different kinds of things, mostly vocal music, very much involved in theater, musical theater, opera. As I've said, most of my music seems to be a one-act play, even the instrumental music. A lot of people heard a sonata I wrote for cello and commented on how dramatic it was. The piece that you're about to hear, the piece I wrote for Andy, is one of many. I have actually lost track of how many works of mine Andy has sung, most of which were written for him. And that goes back to us sitting around in his apartment in college drinking beer and just actually like improvising our conversations melodically. So it's a very long collaboration here.
And why don't you tell us a little bit about this piece that we're going to present next, Ozymandias, right?
It's called Ozymandias. It is based on the Shelley poem, and the Shelley poem is part of the text. I wrote the rest. It comes out of a couple conversations that Andy and I had about the fact that we are no longer as young as we once were, unlike you, say, Rob, who never ages a day, and what that means to us. And so the poem I actually wrote a piece for Andy in college, which mercifully almost no one heard then and no one will ever hear again. It was called Ozymandias for reasons that I absolutely cannot remember. It had nothing to do with the poem whatsoever. But in thinking about that, I thought about the poem, and I thought about its relevance to the situation that we find ourselves in as we age out of being young people. And so this is about that.
When I was your age, people had to at least pretend to pay attention. You there, wherever you are, put that phone down. Here I am, singing my heart out in a room by myself. The least you could do is sit up straight. Today, we will discuss Ozymandias by Shelley. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. I am that traveler from an antique land. I can give that land a name. My younger days, when anything was possible, when redemption was waiting like a daisy to be picked, when time was my companion, not my prison guard. Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command or maybe I'm the shattered visage. Half sunk is a pretty good description. When did the ground turn to sand? The things I'm sure of don't seem to matter. I sink a little deeper into the questions each week. Whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor were those passions red which still survive, stamped on those lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. I've spent more than half a century wondering what people thought of me. And that bag is just too damn heavy to carry anymore. I'm putting it down. I'm going to spend the weekend sitting in a lawn chair in my front yard, flipping a bird at any cars that drive by. If I don't like your bumper sticker, I'll use both hands. And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. using the gifts God gave me. God, why would you give me these gifts? If you wanted the world to be a better place, the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. Colossal wreck! Ha! Or maybe I'm the lone and level sand stretching into infinity. Past what I can see. I'm getting old. This might be